I'm Jason Putnam-Gordon, and today we're going to talk about federal procedure. Federal procedure is not the sexiest topic, but it's very, very important. It can make or break a case. It can make or break your case. Today we're going to talk basically about procedure in the context of a life of a case. How is it that it actually moves and evolves? It's not like what you see on Judge Judy. I'm going to draw an analogy. I want you to think about your favorite sports movie, and we're going to kind of talk about that as we move through this today. There are 4 phases in the life of a federal case. There is the pleadings phase, which is the beginning. Think about your movie. This is at that point in time where that athlete is deciding, yes, I'm interested in maybe competing. I got to kind of make a decision as to whether or not I want to go through with it. The next phase is discovery. Think about that as those hardships when they're training, their muscles dialed in, their strategy dialed in, they're becoming mentally and emotionally prepared to do battle, which is the third phase, which is the trial phase. And in that trial, and in your movie, think about that competition. That competition is not a moment, but it is the culmination of all the moments that came up before it. And then finally, there is the post-trial period. So that's when, in your favorite movie, or maybe in real life, you're making that decision as to whether or not to compete again, or whether or not to contest maybe a decision that was made during the course of that event. So let's dive down into each one of those particular areas. We'll talk about the pleadings phase. This is the beginning. This is when, if you're a plaintiff, you're going to file a complaint. The complaint is going to kind of list out absolutely everything that you believe happened to you, how you were wronged, how you were damaged. If you're a defendant, you're going to respond with an answer or maybe a motion to dismiss, which is basically saying, Your Honor, take a look at this complaint. Even if everything that they said was true, they're not going to win. They don't have a right to get damages from us. The next phase is discovery. Discovery is what you think about when you hear, someone tell you, oh, I got deposed. This is the period of time when you get to get factual evidence to sustain your case, and the other side gets to get factual evidence to sustain theirs. So interrogatories, which are basically written questions to folks for people to answer. Requests for admissions. Those are statements that they're basically requests that one party makes to another to say, look, just admit that this is true. And then the discovery phase is also frequently ended by a motion to dismiss. And that's when one party says, look, you can take a look at all the evidence that has been passed back and forth in this entire case, and there's no genuine issue of material fact. We win. Judge, make the call now before we go to trial, which is the next phase. And trial is where everything gets put together. That's when, in your favorite movie, your athlete is actually competing. He's in or she is in the boxing ring. They are out there on the racetrack. That's when you're going to see lawyers give opening statements. That's when you're going to see evidentiary testimony. Depositions are sometimes going to come in at this point. There are going to be documents that will be submitted. And then, of course, there will also be the jury. There'll be jury selection. And at the end of it, if it's a jury trial, the jury is going to make a decision. If it's a bench trial, the judge is going to make a decision. And you'll move on to the next phase, which is the post-trial, which is where you may decide to appeal. The other side may decide to appeal. Maybe one side wants a retrial. Maybe they don't. Maybe that's the end of the story. So that's basically the lifespan and overview of a case in federal court. We're going to talk about how you choose a lawyer next, and please follow me on my blog and my YouTube website. Thank you.